New Profit is a fund that you can invest in that invests in others, specifically some of the challenges facing America in education, in workforce development, in public health, and poverty. Here to talk about some of their educational initiatives is Shruti Sarah. She is a partner with New Profit. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Francesca.
Well, according to New Profit, what do you think is really wrong with the current public education model in American schools, and why is there such a need to reimagine how children learn?
Thanks for asking that question. We have a lot of belief in a lot of the advancements going on in the current education system in America, and yet we know from the advances in learning science and the advances in neuroscience that just because kids are in the same classroom, it doesn't mean that they share the same mind. So we need to switch to a learning environment that doesn't teach the average student, but actually understands each individual student's personalized needs and talents and finds ways to maximize their talents and serve and support their needs in the best way possible.
So not every kid learns the same way, basically, and so you can't just teach the test, you have to teach to the child. What kind of data, though, do you have to support your claims?
Well, you know, it's interesting because while only 5 to 6% of students are diagnosed with specific learning disabilities in America, we know that 20% of students have learning and attention issues, issues where their needs are so specific that they cannot be taught by effectively by the current classroom environment. In addition to that, we're looking at numbers around what students are experiencing in life. There was a recent Gallup poll in 2014 that showed more than 50% of students lack hope for the future. So we know that there's something that isn't happening in the learning environment to support them to achieve their maximum potential.
Well, you know, we're talking about American students and New Profit focusing on the United States, and we know that the new initiative Reimagine Learning is also something that you're working on as part of New Profit to do just that. How do these things work? How do you partner with schools to make things happen for kids?
That's a great question. So we work with schools and communities, as well as with social entrepreneurs and researchers, to invest. And when we say invest, we provide money and resources, strategic support and whatnot to help these innovations scale so that we can get what teachers need in their hands, and we can support students to take and advocate for their needs, as well as supporting parents to understand their students better, their young people and their houses better, so that they can support those students' journeys.
How do you get your funding, Shruti? We know that people have a lot of options as to where they're going to give their money. What's specific about New Profit that's so important? You've called it sort of an aggregator, if you will, for giving.
So we get our funding from a combination of high net worth individuals and foundations who are looking to create the kind of social change that we care about. A lot of the high net worth individuals that invest in New Profit, and what I mean by that is by giving donations to New Profit, they are people who understand the notion of giving your money to somebody who understands a space. So they would do the same thing with their for-profit dollars as they do with their nonprofit or philanthropic spending. And the foundations that invest in New Profit are looking to create movements and create bigger change than what they've been able to do on their own, or in sometimes complementary to the work that they're doing on their own.
All right, Shruti, we're going to have to leave it there, but certainly we appreciate your time, and hopefully a lot of kids will benefit from all the work that you do.
Thank you. I appreciate the time with you as well.
Thanks for joining us. Well, still ahead, a new generation of African poets. You're watching Arise News Weekend.